Okay, hello everybody, I'm Dr. Alice Morgan. I'm a psychologist at the Melbourne Children's Global Health. As you can see, we put families first because my mug isn't up on stage there. So today I'm here to talk about the Mighty Children's Project, or Atfala Tawana. It's an 8-week intervention for parents of children with disability. And this is my fantastic team of the Mighty Children's Project. We're a team who is a combination of pediatricians, researchers, and we have experience in disability, as well as pediatrics, immigrant health and refugees, and experience across a number of humanitarian contexts. We've also partnered with a local Afghanistan NGO called Relief Humanitarian Organization, who have experience in disability, the local context, and supplying good quality information and health to families in need. So I'm a psychologist, so I like to bring things back to the heart. This is my beautiful hospital that I have the pleasure of working in, and I get to see people with disabilities, chronic illness, and refugees. One day last year, a young girl who's 12 years old, extremely intelligent, called Tara, she taught herself 2 languages, Russian and English, by herself, but has no idea how to socially use language or functionally use it at all. She had severe autism, but had never received a diagnosis in Afghanistan, her home country. Her family were distraught. They didn't know how to care for her. She wasn't able to go to school because of the stigma. And after all of that, they had to lock her in her room most days because they had no idea how to care for her needs. What we aimed to do when we started to hear the story was think, how can we contribute to this? Tara's family was able to immigrate to Australia because they had the resources and were able to get the help that they needed for her. However, what happens to other families with disability in Afghanistan? After 40 years of war, Afghanistan's health infrastructure is extremely shaky. There are very few therapists to provide the knowledge or expertise to provide for children with disability, particularly those without war injuries. For those born with disability, there are high levels of stigma that surround it. The families become isolated and they shoulder the burden of disease themselves. This increases their psychological, mental health conditions and actually then further adds to burden of disease within Afghanistan. Our team, the Mighty Children's Project, aims to give all families with disabilities the psychological skills and resilience to be able to shoulder this burden and to give their children the best potential for life. What we've done is we've co-developed with local NGOs, with children and families with disabilities, and using evidence-based projects that are already out there, an 8-week intervention teaching parents and families the necessary practical and pediatric skills to care for their child with a disability, parenting strategies, and also psychological resilience and mindfulness skills. This will enable them to be able to work as a community, to meet like-minded families, and to feel like they have connection in the world and community. By enabling and empowering caregivers to care for their child and connecting them to a group of supportive, like-minded families, the burden of disease in the healthcare system is automatically reduced. Psychological isolation is improved, and the psychological well-being and quality of life for the entire family is benefited in this situation. We aim to increase awareness and advocacy of disability and to reduce the stigma, hoping that we get to provide a good quality of life for these families and their children across Afghanistan. And for those wondering about how Tara went within Australia, within a year of connecting her to services and working with her, she was able to functionally use both Dari and English. She was able to go to school, and her family know how best to support her behaviours. This is the vision that we hope to bring to all children with disability in Afghanistan and potentially to other countries in low middle income and humanitarian contexts as well. So for any of those who are interested, I'm a psychologist, I love to talk, this is what I do, so please come and find me later. Thanks very much.